Guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with my Pendulum Magician deck profile. Yes, it's been a while since I've touched the deck, it's been a while since I've played the deck, and I finally feel like after testing the deck after a while, seeing as I haven't picked it up in real life for some time, I found a build that I've tested online quite a bit, tried with some mates, hand tested a lot, and I feel like this is a build that I am comfortable with showing you guys and just giving you guys because it's a build that I feel like is personally the best build you could possibly have, and it's just a build that I feel is just really good. So this build is obviously a build that can make many negates, OTK very easily, and just as generally lock your opponent out from playing the game. So I feel like Pendulum Magicians are this deck that can constantly do that very easily, and that's kind of what I've sought for in this new build. So this build will I hope this build actually gives you a lot of ideas for your own list, but this is just my personal Pendulum Magician build, which I feel like is the best. It's something I test on occasion in test sessions and just see if I can make it good again, and Pendulums will always be one of my favorite decks, but seeing as this guy is here as well, and we always have to have the Odd Eyes with us. I love Odd Eyes. Maybe I'll do an Odd Eyes deck profile really soon. Tell me in the comment section below if you want that, but guys, this is my Pendulum Magician deck profile. Tell me what you think of it in the comment section below before it starts, and let's get into this profile. So for starters, we play the Triple Harmonized Magician. I don't need to explain this. It summons magicians from the deck and just lets you Synchro summon, so you need to play this at free. It's just an extender, plus lets you make XCs or link plays along the line as well. Free Wisdom Eye lets me make a scale, get any scale I want, high, low, anything like that. He is there, so we have to play him at free as well. He's just really good for that kind of stuff as well. 2 Black Fang Magician. He's really good for just altering your opponent's attack points and summoning spellcasters from the graveyard that you've used for Xyz materials, such as your Zhangxi Magician that you use to make Vortex. And he also just helps along the way as well, just being able to decrease opponent's attack points to then beat over them for a considerable amount of damage. 2 Purple Poison. I don't feel like you should ever play a Pendulum Magician deck without at least 2 Purple Poison. He outs Floodgates, he outs big monsters, he boosts your own Magician's attack. He is just in general necessary for the deck if you are playing Pendulum Magicians. 2 Oath Dragon Magician. He recycles your extra deck cards. He just helps a lot in that regard, and you need to play him at 2 as well, because he's just something that if you get rid of 1, you definitely want a second one just to be able to have for recyclability. So he's just something really nice that lets you get your harmonizing from the extra deck and is very vital in those regards. And the last magician we actually play is a Zhangxi Magician for our rank 7 players that come up with Harmonizing Magician. So that's the Magician lineup. I feel like this is the perfect Magician lineup. I don't feel like you should be playing less Purple Poison. I don't feel like you should be playing less Black Fang. I feel like this is the perfect lineup. Like 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. I feel like it's just the best lineup you could possibly have for the Magician deck. Well, for the Magician cards in general. For other cards, which are just extenders for the Pendulum archetype in general, 3 Chronograph and 1 Time Gazer Magician. I don't count this as a Magician. It's terrible, and yes, it has Magician in its name, but we only play it because of this card that says we can summon it from the deck, so just more ways to get into Electromite. Then 3 Master Cerberus and 2 Jackal King. You need to play these. This is just a negate in general, which is great, and it's searchable through Cerberus. Plus, it's just something that allows you to make your Electromite a lot easier, which you actually do really need as well. Weird how the Jackal actually. What's up with the Ultra Rare on this? The light makes the Ultra Rare look weird. But anyway. Next, another extender engine for Electromite, 3 Darkworm, 2 Zero Gate. I feel like this is the perfect ratio for the Darkworm engine. You play 3 of this because you want to see it every game. You want to be able to send it to the graveyard, summon it from the graveyard, and you need to play 2 of this because if you draw 1, then you can just search another one from the deck and have another level 7 to essentially extend your combos in general too. You always want to be sending this to the graveyard of something like Pendulum Call, Dragon Shrine, and Foolish Burial as well, just to summon it from the grave. Next we have our 2 Abyss Actor Curtain Raiser. I tried it at free, but it conflicts a lot with the Zero Gate, the the Dark Worm engine. So I felt like playing it at 2 was fine, because it's just like, it's an additional extender that gets me to my Electromite and just allows me to go even further beyond. So I felt like this was the ratio that I would go with personally, and it works very well for me. I don't ever need the third curtain raiser, seeing as this effect is only once per duel anyway, and it's just something that I feel like is just not needed out free, seeing as we've got already so many other extenders in the deck. But yeah, that's the Pendulum cards. Engine is the perfect ratio in my opinion as well, and just helps a lot in those grindy situations at times as well, which can come up. But yeah, for spell cards though, we play 3 Pendulum Call and 1 Duelist Alliance. This gets us to our Magician engine and just lets us get to a high scale, and prevents our straight scales from actually being destroyed, which is perfect. And this just lets me get to this, which is just basically a 4th copy of Pendulum Call, just so I'm able to get to these cards and extend my combos even further as well. For other spells, we play 2 Desires because it can help unbrick our hands. Sure, we could banish like one of the Garnets, but honestly, just being able to having the chance to unbrick our hands is amazing. And this card I would not play at free, just for the reason if, oh, I banished 10 to draw 2 Desires. Yeah, I'd rather not do that. So 2 Desires, 2 Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish Burial. Send your Dark Worms to the graveyard to essentially extend your combo. I don't really need to go into more than that. That's the actual spells. And then the last 2 cards that I actually play is 1 Boots, Phantom Knights of Silent Boots, and 1 Phantom Knight Rank Up Magic. The reason I'm playing one of this is because we are playing the Azeroth engine and the Kali Yuga. So basically, I felt like this was the best ratio to actually have in a Magician deck. I've seen people play 2 Boots and 1 of this, but I feel like if I see the 1 Boots anyway, I'm able to get to this. But if I see this anyway, then this is irrelevant because I don't need it anymore. So I feel like this was the perfect ratio. Plus, if I don't see any of them, I just send this off the Link monster, then set this from the deck, and still able to make the Kali Yuga or the Azeroth. So I felt like these 2 were the perfect ratio to have in the deck as a 1-1 ratio, and because of that, I felt like it's just perfect in general. Like 1 boot, send it off the brigade, then set this, and then it's just in the graveyard sitting there doing nothing. But also, I don't really want to be drawing these at all because I kind of consider these bricks as well, because they're not pendulum cards, they don't extend my game state, they don't become a scale, and they just sit there. Like, if I'm not able to make a rank 4 or the rank 7, then this is irrelevant. And if I draw this and can't get it in the graveyard, then because of the majority of the time I want to be able to be making Electromite, this is just irrelevant. So I felt like the 1-1 ratio was just perfect. I haven't had any issues with a 1-1 ratio, and if I see one of them, I just get to the combo anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, that's the main deck. I felt like the main deck was perfect. Honestly, every time I've dueled with this online or in real life, I felt like, oh, I've got the combo, I make the combo, oh, you can't play the game. So yeah, that's the deck, and the main deck. I feel like it's the perfect ratio, and I've never had a problem with it. For the extra deck, though, we play obviously the 1 Electromite. I wish he was up more. Lets us go ahead and make all our pendulum cards and gets us draws. 1 Underclock Taker because we play the Rusty Barrage. Basically, you play the Underclock to turn your Electromite into Underclock, then you use another monster to make your Rusty Barrage, Baraditch, sorry, and essentially get to then make the rank 4 or the rank 7, and then you can end on a board with a negate and the Azeroth or Kali Yuga majority of the time, so this is needed as well. So yep, these 2. 1 Decode, just a negate in general that says, oh, you target my cards, I negate you. Simple, and it's a link free as well, so it helps in that regard. The final link monster we play, though, is a Borosaur Dragon. Just if we go second, we OTK our opponent very easily, so playing the Borosaur just helps with that in general as well. I don't really think you need to play any more link monsters. Like, you could possibly put a Borreload in, or put the Wee Witch's Apprentice in. The only reason I'm not playing the Wee Witch's Apprentice is because of this is here, and I needed a way to make the barrage with just generic non-dark monsters. So yeah, so this is only here because of that. But if you don't choose to play a different build, you can cut these for like a Borreload or a Wee Witches. But yeah. That's the Link monsters. For extra deck, we play the 1 Dweller because of Screw Orcust and any deck that likes the Grave. 1 Exaton because I want to nuke your board. 1 Supreme King Dark Rebellion because it just helps with OTKs as well. 1 Time Fee Free Doer because we play the rank up spell that allows us to rank up into this dirty card as a thought that says basically, oh, you can't play the game this turn. Pretty cool, am I right? We also play the 1 Absolute Dragon to summon our Vortex and our Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, which essentially lets us go into our DDD King Kali Yuga, which says whenever a card is played, it's negated. Well, all cards on the field for the turn this card is summoned are negated, and also other than itself, and it's also a Heavy Storm, so which is a quick effect as well, so it's really nice because it nukes the board, nukes the back row, and also just deals with all of our opponent's bullcrap, such as monster effects and stuff. So, this is the Xyz lineup is fine. I think if I was to change anything, honestly, I would probably try to make room for a trapeze. But honestly, with playing these two, it takes up 4 spots. So I kind of have to make decisions that are more important, such as like playing the Exaton and the Dweller because they just help in so many situations. That's the Xyz pool. 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. It's the only synchro you actually need to be able to do the combo, because normally you're going to end on the Kali Yuga. You should be able to end on a Savage Dragon as well to essentially stop your opponent from playing the game and just negate all of their goddamn cards, so they can't stop you from making the Kali Yuga and then just killing them next turn. So you need to play the Savage Dragon for that. Plus he's just a negate in general, and he helps when you're trying to make a 5 negate board. So. Yep, and finally we play the Vortex Dragon, which is another negate that we also make if we're making the opposite board, which is Azathoth and then this, because the opposite board essentially entails, we have the Azathoth, but instead of having the Boral Savage, we have the Vortex instead. So yeah, that's the list, guys. This is the list that I feel like is the best. Honestly, these 2 cards are just so degenerate, and seeing as I can make them consistently in this deck, just because we have cards like where's the Harmonizing Magician? Just because we have cards like Harmonizing Magician that allow us to extend, and Electromite that allow us to go even further beyond, and then Barrage that allows us to get to the rank up spell, it's like this is just the best build in my personal opinion, and I found that it works so well, it's so consistent, and every game I'm either making Azathoth or Kali Yuga. So yeah, but guys, that's just my personal opinion. This is my list of the Pendulum Magician deck. Tell me your thoughts of it in the comment section below. Tell me if you like it, tell me if you hate it. Tell me if you think you would rather just play a standard pure Pendulum Magician build that doesn't run like the Azathoth or the Kali Yuga. I would love to hear your opinions. There's anything you would change in the deck, like maybe boosting the Phantom Knight engine, seeing as my mates have been telling me to do that, but I'm like, no, I don't want to draw these cards. But I would still like to hear your opinions. Just tell me those in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and liked this profile, don't forget to press the like button. If you want to see more content like this on my channel, don't forget to press the subscribe button. If you want to be notified for any future good content, such as deck profiles, duel videos, streams, discussions, and the streams that happen at 8 p.m. UK time every week. Don't forget to press the notification button for those as well. And guys, that is the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as I said. Pendulum Magicians are the greatest, and I am the true Pendulum God. Odd Eyes has recognized me. Later, guys. Rubberbat1 signing out.